Hello everyone. Today we are going to focus on nuclear chemistry. In this part, we are going to deal with introduction, then radioactivity, composition of a nucleus, nuclear models, in which nuclear cell model, liquid drop model, then nuclear fission and liquid drop model, and the meson theory. So let's start with the introduction. We know that chemical reactions. In the chemical reactions, atoms of the reactants combine by the rearrangement of extra nuclear part. That means electrons, while the nuclei of the atom remain unaffected. In 20th century, scientists observed another types of transformation involving nucleus of the atom, and they called such type of transformations as a nuclear reactions. The study of nuclear reactions led to the development of new branch of chemistry, that one is the nuclear chemistry. So the nuclear chemistry is defined as the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of structure of atomic nuclei, properties of the atomic nuclei, nuclear forces, and the reactions involving nucleus. Nuclear chemistry find its origin in the discovery of natural radioactivity by Henry Becquerel in 1896. There are number of nuclei such as uranium, plutonium, radium are unstable and they break down on its own. During the breakdown of such type of unstable nuclei, neutrons and the protons of the element regroup to form the nuclei of the new element. The breaking of such type of unstable nuclei to form a stable nuclei causes the emission of extra particle and energy from the original nucleus called radiations. The elements whose atomic nuclei emits radiations are called radioactive elements. The spontaneous breakdown of unstable nuclei into stable one is called as radioactive disintegration or radioactive decay. The disintegration or decay of unstable nuclei accompanied by the emission of radiations is called radioactivity. The radiations emitted during the radioactive disintegration or radioactive decay are of three types. Rutherford in 1902 sorted these radiations by passing them through oppositely charged plates, or we can say through the electric field. The radiations which bends towards negative plate having positive charge are called alpha rays. The radiations bending towards the positive plate having negative charge are called beta rays, and the radiations passes straight through the electric field are called gamma rays. This figure represent the behavior of the radiations emitted from the nuclear reactions or the radioactive disintegration. The radiations bends toward the negative plates are called alpha rays. The radiations bends towards the positive plates are called beta rays, and the radiations passes straight through the electric field and observed on the zinc sulfide screen are called gamma rays. The radiations alpha beta, and gamma, differentiated on the basis of their nature, velocity, and penetrating power. Alpha rays are nothing but the stream of alpha particles. Alpha particle is the nuclei of helium, represented by helium nucleus. The velocity of alpha particle is 1/10 of velocity of light, and it has a very low penetrating power. Means the alpha rays or the alpha particles we can stop by a paper or a 0.01 mm thick aluminum sheet. Beta rays are the stream of beta particles, and these beta particles are represented by electron. They carries the one negative charge. The velocity of beta rays is of the velocity of light. It means the beta particle travels with the velocity of light. Their penetrating power is moderate. To stop the beta rays, we required 1 centimeter aluminum sheet. The third type of radiations coming from the radioactive disintegration are gamma rays, and these are the electromagnetic radiations. As we know very well, the electromagnetic radiations travels with the velocity of light, so gamma rays also travels with the velocity of light. As these are the electromagnetic radiations, they possess high penetrating power. To stop them, several centimeter thick lead sheet we required or a concrete layer. Now the composition of the nucleus. After the discovery of a neutron, it is clear that the nucleus of the element contains protons and neutrons. In lighter elements, the number of protons and neutrons is equal. But in case of heavier elements, the number of neutrons is more than the number of protons. The nucleus is characterized by the number of protons represented by Z, means atomic number, and the number of protons plus neutrons represented by A, means the atomic mass number. The nucleus with known composition is called nuclide and is represented by this symbol, where X represent the chemical symbol of the element, Z represent the atomic number, and A represent the atomic mass number, means the total number of neutrons and protons present in the nucleus. The nuclides are of two types. They are classified into two groups: stable nuclides and unstable nuclides. Unstable nuclides are also called radioactive elements. There are 274 stable nuclides, whereas there are more than 2000 unstable radioactive nuclides. Nuclei have a definite structure, and on the basis of these, they possess the characteristic property. Now the nuclear models. Nuclear properties clearly indicates that nucleus is a very complex in nature. In order to explain the complex nature of nucleus and the nuclear properties, various theories of structure of nucleus have been put forward. Such type of theories are called nuclear models. In this, we have to discuss two nuclear models: the nuclear cell model and the liquid drop model. Let's start with the nuclear cell model. The nuclear cell model is based on a very successful electronic cell model of an atom. An electronic cell are completely filled when they acquire a certain definite number of electrons. For example, the first cell acquired 2 electrons and becomes closed, means no extra electron can be accommodated by the first cell. Second cell accommodate 8 electrons and becomes closed. And atoms with the closed cell electronic configurations are very stable and they do not participate in the chemical reactions, means they are chemically inert. For example, the inert gases elements. But in case of the nucleus, it was observed that nuclei with 2, 8, 20, 50, 82 and 126 protons or neutrons or both, means protons plus neutrons, exhibits exceptional stability as compared to their closed neighbors. Since there was no explanation about these numbers, they were called as the magic numbers. But today, in the form of a nuclear cell model, we have the explanation about the magic numbers. The nuclear cell model was developed in 1948 by Mayer, Jensen, Hexel, Suez by applying the quantum mechanics on the basis of certain assumptions or the postulates. The postulates of nuclear cell model. Each nucleon moves in its own orbit, which is determined by the nuclear potential. Nucleons are distributed in a series of discrete energy levels, just like of the electrons. Electrons are distributed in the discrete energy level. For example, first energy level, second energy level, third energy level. First cell, second cell, and third cell. Like, as the capacity of orbit is reached, a closed cell is formed. Same nucleons forms pair, means proton form pair with proton. Similarly, neutron will form pair with neutron, but proton cannot form pair with neutron. In case of odd neutron or odd proton or both nuclides, the nuclear properties like spin, parity, and magnetic moment are due to the presence of unpaired nucleons, means the nuclear properties like spin parity and the magnetic moment are governed by the unpaired nucleon. This model is only applicable in the ground state of the nucleus. The stability associated with the magic number is very well explained on the basis of certain evidence. The first evidence is the atoms like helium with mass number 4 having 2 protons and 2 neutrons. The oxygen with mass number 16 having 2 protons, the oxygen with mass number 16 having 8 protons and 8 neutrons. Calcium with mass number 40 having 20 protons and 20 neutrons. The number 2, 8 and 20 indicate higher stability because these elements are highly stable, and hence their stability we can explain in terms of the magic number, means the number of a proton as well as the number of neutron, and these numbers are 2, 8 or 20, which indicate the stability of helium, oxygen and the calcium. The another evidence is that there is a group of isotones. Isotones means the element having the same number of neutron. The group of isotones with n is equal to 20 means 20 neutron. A pair is argon and calcium. Another pair of isotone is with the number of neutron 50, zirconium and molybdenum, and the pair of isotone with the number of neutron 82. For example, cerium 140 and barium 138. These elements are also stable, and the stability of these elements is explained on the basis of the number of neutrons with 20, 50 and 82. So this one is the another evidence with the stability of the numbers 20, 50 and 82, the numbers of a neutron. Another evidence is that a tin with atomic number of 50 has 10 stable isotopes. In the same way, calcium with atomic number 20 has 6 stable isotopes. So again, the stability of the isotopes of tin as well as calcium is explained in terms of the magic number, or we can say the stability indicates with the number 20 and 50. There is a good deal of experimental evidence to show that the numbers 2, 8, 20, 50, 82 and 126, that is magic number for either number of protons or the number of neutrons, are associated with the higher nuclear stability. For example, the isotopes with 9 neutron, oxygen 17, the isotope with 51 neutron, krypton 87, the isotope with 83 neutron, xenon 137, spontaneously emits a neutron to acquire higher stability with the neutron numbers 8, 50 and 82 respectively. This one we can represent in the form of a reaction. Oxygen 17 converted into oxygen 16 with the loss of 1 neutron. Here now the number of neutron changes from 9 to 8. In the transformation of krypton 87 to krypton 86, here the change in number of neutron takes place from 51 to 50. So the stability is governed on the basis of number 50. In case of xenon 137 to xenon 136, again the loss of 1 neutron takes place and a stable isotope is formed with the number of neutron 82. It has been found that if some of the important nuclear properties are plotted against the number of protons or the number of neutrons, the graph shows distinct peaks or troughs at numbers 2, 8, 20, 50, 82 and 126. The above numbers are thus called magic number for nuclear cells and corresponds to the closed cell. It means in the nuclear cell, if the number of neutrons, protons or both 2, 8 or 20, 50, 82 or 126 are present, then they are the closed cells. Another evidence with respect to the magic numbers is that in all the natural radioactive decay series, the ultimate end of the radioactive decay series is the isotope of lead with the atomic number 82, indicating the greater stability associated with the 82 protons. Energy required to remove 126 neutron from lead 208 is 7.36, and the energy required to remove neutron from lead 209 is 3.87 mega electron volt. The energy required for the removal of neutron from the isotopes of lead indicate that the isotope of lead with 208 having the number of neutron 126 is more stable because more amount of energy required to remove the 126th neutron, whereas the isotope of lead with 209 having number of neutrons 127, it is unstable or less stable as compared to lead 208 because only 3.87 mega electron volt energy required to remove the 127th neutron. So it is more easy to remove 127th neutron from the lead 209 as compared to the 126th neutron from lead 208. Again, the heaviest stable nuclide in the nature is bismuth 209, which shows that 126 neutrons form a stable closed cell. So all these are the evidence with respect to the stability of the magic number or the stability associated with the magic number. In the evidence or the existence of magic numbers, we have to focus on the numbers. These are the magic numbers: 2, 8, 20, 50, 82 and 126. They may be the number of protons or the number of neutrons or the number of both, means number of protons and number of neutrons. If the element associated or the atom associated with that much number of nucleons, they are stable. So this is all about the evidence for the existence of magic numbers. The advantages of a cell model. The main success of a cell model is the explanation of the magic number, because before the development of nuclear cell model there were no any sort of application explanation about the magic number. The nuclear cell model explain the stability associated with these numbers, and hence the nuclear cell model explain the magic number. This model predicted the stability of element. This model gives a theoretically correct value of the magnetic moment. This model is capable of predicting ground state nuclear spin. This cell model explains the nuclear isomerism, and the model can easily explain the periodicity observed in the nuclear properties. Along with the advantages, the cell model also has some disadvantages also. These disadvantages are: cell model explain the stability only associated with the magic number, but it fails to explain the stability of other elements, other nuclei which not associated with the magic numbers. For example, deuterium, lithium 6, boron 16, then nitrogen 14. This cell model failed to explain nuclear fission reaction. This model is unable to explain the formation of compound nucleus. Compound nucleus means when we hit the nucleus with the projectile, then the formation of excited state compound is called compound nucleus. The observed cross section of the nuclear reactions with high energy particles cannot be explained by this model. So these are the limitations of the cell model.